So I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking. And you know, it's his fault for missing the
intro.
The exposition heavy intro.
Exposition.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did I miss it already?
No, you did not.
Will we be joined by the
However.
rest of our...
Yeah.
Yes.
Our halfling be joining us?
Oh no, she's gonna be here this week.
Yeah, so we will be joined. We have one more person who is late this evening, and then one other person who will be joining us next time.
Yeah. Okay. So, exposition.
So, let us begin with episode 1 of what we're calling for the moment Call of the Void. The sun rises on the 6th day of summertide, in the 64th year of the reign of King Habor the Blessed. Across the kingdom of Crastian, from the jeweled coast in the east to the foothills of the Frost Peak Mountains in the west, people ready themselves for the dual celebrations of Midsummer and the 65th anniversary of the crowning of the much-loved king. 65 years ago, the then young, brilliant commander completed his rise through the ranks, from humble origins to don the crown of the kingdom. And under his leadership, the kingdom has known prosperity, strength, and boundless innovation. He is also called the Blessed because he was responsible for introducing the religion of the monotheistic, mostly monotheistic religion
He
of...
brought Anea to all those lowly heathens. And
Precisely. And now it is the official religion of the kingdom.
Us.
Yes. But with such prosperity as these times bring, the borders of the kingdom have grown to encompass all of the settled land between the sea and the mountains, stretching south to the Sapphire Bay and then north to the Shard Peaks. However, 16 years ago, the War of Long Nights came to an end, establishing the current border with the northern kingdom of Thanar, and cementing a strong alliance with Sidonia far to the west. With peace and prosperity, the kingdom has now looked to tame the wildlands across the Frost Peak Mountains that stand between it and its new ally. It's not just a time of prosperity, but also great innovation. New wonders, both magical and mundane, are being produced daily at the colleges of Reach and Starsill. Strange and marvelous experiments being undertaken, all under the watchful eye and guiding hand of the Sanctum. That's the name of the church. It's called the Sanctum.
I need to write that down.
Yeah, that's the thing you might want to write down.
The Sanctum.
There will be a quiz later.
I feel like I'm in catechism again. Seminar.
Cities sparkle in strange electric lights. Airships take to the skies, and even a few horseless carriages trundle along, transporting the very wealthiest of the wealthy through the streets of the capital city of Greyfall. But all that is very far away. We begin on the east slopes of the Frost Peak Mountains, where twin lines of iron wind their way beneath the eternally ice-capped peaks. And on those lines, a steam engine struggles its way up the slopes. It thinks it can. Clicking and clacking as it chugs on, rocky slopes slide past the window, where a half-elf sits, watching the landscape go by.
It's a tree.
That is a tree. There goes a tree.
It's a nice tree.
Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, hey, might be time to go check on my friend that I...
Oh shit.
You took a nap or something? Yeah.
Okay, alright, cool. Gotta go. Conductor, excuse me, where is the cargo hold?
It's just, back that way, 2 cars down.
Oh,
Just,
okay. Alright. Thanks. Also bathroom?
Oh, it's on next car over on your left. You'll see it.
Oh, alright, thanks. I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
5?
You're rolling for going to the bathroom? I would hope that you don't need to make any sort of
Question
check
is
for
it
that.
well, even or odd? Is it a 1 or a 2?
Oh, it's a 5. It's not well. Traveler's stomach and all. Yeah, so I go...
So you make your way, after your pit stop,
Sure.
you make your way back to the cargo, through one kind of rattling car to the next. And there you find yourself in the, sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Stay.
Find yourself in the what?
You find yourself in kind of the one of the first of several cargo compartments. In fact, most of this train is made up of cargo cars. The one closest to the passenger sections is actually where they put the passenger luggage and the passenger stuff. But the several cars behind that, a lot of it is construction equipment, mainly materials to construct the rail line itself, to continue the line through the valley that you are now heading towards. So you make your way back, and in a crate compartment, there you find a box that you kind of had to shove your friend in a little bit hurriedly as you left the capital. Because it would have been way too, noticeable, conspicuous, and memorable to be traveling with such an individual out in the open. So he kind of went in the shipping container. And you kind of go back and, crack open the lid of the shipping container, and in there, looking, reasonably okay, is Shard.
Oh, hi. Didn't notice you arrived. Are we there yet?
No, but we're close. Are you comfortable?
I guess.
Fair.
Can I be uncomfortable? Is that bad?
Yes? No, wait, it's not bad.
Oh. I think I'm fine.
Would you like
It's not the first time I've been in a box.
That's fair.
Both physically and emotionally. I just kind of stare off in the distance for a little second. My eye contact just a little bit. Sorry. Hi. Didn't see you there. How long are we going to be until we get there?
I don't know. I just saw a tree, so we should be getting close.
Oh.
Well, actually, as you question this yourself, you feel the train kind of start to round a bend. And it's a subtle, but it's a meaningful shift. The train that has been climbing through the mountains for a long while has now, you can feel, begun to descend. You have made it through Amon's Pass, and have now traveled past what has been the long-standing borders of the kingdom, and into the outer territories. This compartment doesn't have any windows, but if you kind of go back up to the first train compartment, you can see how the scenery has started to open up. What was just rocks right very close to the windows has now become a bit of a wide valley, stretching almost as far as the eye can see. As the train winds down the slope, you catch glimpses of different sections of the large valley. To the south, dark trees cover the hilly landscape. Many miles of grassland stretch north from the trees, until these grasslands give way to a craggy, rocky landscape to the north. To the west, you can just see the mountains on the far side of the valley, many dozens, perhaps even 100 miles away. Their green slopes fading to snow-covered white, illuminated by the mid-morning sun. Is there anything you'd like to do before the train arrives in...
I'm thinking to myself, how do I get him off? Because, I stowed him as cargo, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
He's cargo.
Alright. Hey, Shard,
Yes?
go to sleep or whatever you do for a minute. I gotta put the...
Powering down.
Alright. And I put the top back on, and then I go back to my seat.
Okay.
Can I? Because I'm a young elf, right? Yeah. So I'm
You're
pretty
fairly
young.
young,
So
though.
this is my first train ride, and so I look at the conductor, and I'm like, hey,
Yep.
this is a huge ask, but
What is it?
pull a whistle.
What are you, 5?
In elf years, yes.
Ah, boy.
It's my first time on a train, sir.
Look, give me, 5 minutes. As we're coming into town, we blow the whistle as we come into town, and as we come, yes, I'll let you blow the whistle as we come into town.
Thank you so much.
Oh, boy. Grown-ass people asking to play around with a whistle. As the train descends further into the valley, you lose sight of the more distant features of the valley, and instead are greeted by glimpses of a town nestled against the slopes, along the banks of a river that winds its way out of the mountains and into the valley. It's a fairly small town, particularly since the massive metropolis, compared to the massive metropolis you just came from. You can see from a little bit above, it just seems to be a few streets, several rows of houses, and other buildings. One part of it, as you can see, part of the city, the town, you can see is in nice, neat rows. Whereas the other half of the town seems to be a bit more of a jumble. Towards the river's edge, it kind of becomes more of a jumble. Sooner than you would have thought possible, you are down and out of the mountains. All right, come up here. The the smaller but kind of stoutish conductor waves you forward, and takes you up to the engine. To the engine, is like, "I'm sorry, conductor. What is it, Ernie?" Well, this guy really wants to blow the whistle. Seriously? Okay, sure, yeah, it's right here. You see this pull right here? Just give it 2 toots.
Alright, I pull it 4 times.
Can you not count? All right.
I just got really excited.
Oh boy. Okay. Well. Here we are. We're coming in. As the train kind of slowly comes to a halt next to the wooden platforms of what is very obviously a fairly freshly constructed station. A newly painted sign declares this to be Haven. End of the line, the conductor's booming voice shouts. Haven is the last stop before the railroad camp, and we're not heading out there till tomorrow, so unless you're heading there, you might as well... So even if you're heading there, you might as well, stretch your legs and enjoy the night on the town.
As people are getting up and leaving, do I see anything that I can steal quickly?
Make a perception check.
19.
You do actually spot a fairly nice-looking gentleman in a tall hat who has... Oh, and I'll tell you in a moment. Very late. No, I'm already unlocked. Hello!
How you doing?
Hello.
Our 4th player for the night has arrived. We kind of already got started a little bit.
I'm on a train.
He's on a train. You're also on a train, but you missed that part.
Okay.
3 out of the 4 of you are on a train. So you actually see that he has taken out his gold watch and taken a peek at it. And after, confirming that the train has indeed arrived exactly on schedule, has set his watch down on the seat next to him as he gets his bag from the overhead bin. Please be careful as you extract your luggage from the overhead compartments, as items may have shifted during our passage through the mountains, says the conductor. Or the engineer. The conductor. The engineer's at the front.
I'd like to walk past the guy with the pocket watch, and on his left side, I would like to cast Prestidigitation, just like maybe the sound of like a loud fart, and then on the right, I'll sneak around and try to grab the watch.
Okay, sure. Make me a sleight of hand with advantage, since you're making a distraction, or you, that works.
8, 12.
12?
Mm-hmm.
You know, perhaps I should have gotten out my dice at some point. So I'm going to do that.
I'm happy to roll again.
Dice. Well, even though you kind of reach for it and you grab it, you twine it around your fingers and it kind of slips and grab it real quick and kind of hurry off, he doesn't seem to notice you as he is looking around for the source of this fart noise. As he's looking at his, what do you say to wife, and you're like, dear, what do you do that in public? What, dear? No, that wasn't me. I assure you it wasn't me. Oh, dear. Yes. As this very, proper couple seems to be arguing over who farted, you are able to make off with the watch.
Excellent.
It's just a gold watch.
Sure.
So, would you like to introduce yourself to...
So we're in a train.
Well, we're also streaming online. Would you care to introduce yourself
Oh.
to anybody who is not watching?
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm not sure anybody's watching, but that's okay.
My name is Clyker, and by way of what introductions do we do?
Character you're playing when you're playing.
Yep, I'm playing currently a human fighter named Farouk, and yeah, he's interested in seeing what adventure awaits in this new town that he's heading to or arrived in, whatever the case is.
Right. So you're on a train. To catch you up, you're on a train. That is bound for the frontier town of Haven.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Familiar with
The Cliff Notes versions of what I already told them is that, let's see, blah, 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 blah. It is the 64th year of the reign of King Habor the Blessed. His 65th anniversary of the crowning is coming up. That coincides with midsummer, and it's going to be a big, celebration. What else is important? Let's see, so new wonders, both magical and mundane, are being produced daily, and so they're, like in Greyfall, which this train came directly from, even if you didn't come there from there originally, there are a lot of like electric lights lighting up the nicer areas of town. There are some horseless carriages that are reserved for the richest of the rich. But out here in the frontier, it's much less, much more barren. You've arrived in a small town of Haven, which is tiny in comparison to the large metropolis of Greyfall. Kind of wound your way over some mountains through a pass and then down into a wide valley. On the far side of this valley, is the kingdom of Sidonia, which is an ally of the kingdom of Crastian. And they are building this railroad to create an easier overland trading route with this new alliance, just relatively newly formed. But in between them, the easiest path through these mountains is this large, fairly untamed valley. Probably about, at some points, even 90 to 100 miles wide.
Okay.
And a few hundred miles north to south. Let's see. Also, when you're on the train, this, you kind of, you're looking around and making a perception check. There are nice, it's a lot of people. You just came into town and everybody seems to be getting their things.
Nat 20.
Well, you definitely notice the half-elf bard, who seems to have made some small distraction, and then made a somewhat inexpert, but it sufficed to do the job, snag of a gold watch. That catches your eye, but no one else seems to notice.
Interesting. Okay. I'll just I'll just quietly observe and a little half smile on my face.
Would the friar be like on the platform greeting potential new parishioners, maybe being forced to do so?
Well, they'll meet you soon enough.
I can hand out flyers on the back of the bar flyer, spike in the line, flyers for the church written on the back of it.
So, as the two of you get off the train, with Shard being removed from the train in his shipping container, you glance around you at the town that now surrounds you. A wide dirt road that runs parallel to the tracks. It seems to be very busy with a flurry of activity as people hurry to unload the train. Wooden buildings and storefronts in a straight row present themselves to you just on the far side. And then beyond that, there seem to be straight roads that kind of stretch off into the distance at a little bit of an angle to the road that runs parallel to the lines. And as you kind of think about this, you realize that those roads are due east-west, even though the railroad itself is not. So they kind of they kind of form a little bit of an angled intersection. Several more buildings are still under construction, and as you watch a large group of men with ropes hoist a wooden frame of a wall into position, and then several more kind of go forward to pound nails and anchors into the frame to keep and hold it into place. And all of these, running along in front of all of these buildings, is a bit of a raised boardwalk. And as you're taking this in, and as everybody seems to be getting off the train, you hear a bit of a voice, kind of like, "Now hold on a minute." The surprisingly loud voice comes from, you turn around, you see a halfling man that has approached you and the other few people who are getting off the train car, that are currently disembarking off the train. He wears a wide brim hat and a long jacket over dusty clothes. His bearing is obviously one of authority, and that authority is backed up by the two gruff-looking men, a stern-faced woman, and another man who is, well, a much shorter than the other two. They all seem to be flanking him and kind of backing him up. Although the shorter man is still about like a head taller than the halfling man. He's still quite short. "Allow me to welcome you all to Haven," he continues as he looks over the group of new arrivals. "My name is Sheriff Hallfellow, and it's my job to keep the peace in this town. And as such, it is my unfortunate duty to inform you that I got word that this train is carrying a fugitive. An outlaw come to my town to raise hell, and well, I just cannot have that." He begins walking up and down, gazing intently at each face in turn, boots tapping against the wooden platform. "So, which one of you thought that you could evade the law by coming to the frontier, where I can assure you that we still have the rule of law?" He stops, staring up into the face of a thin, grizzled man with curly brown hair, and the halfling's face breaks into a wide grin. "Well, hello, James. Nice to see you." The man he's addressing suddenly turns around and starts running with a look of panic on his face, pushing past the crowds and off the platform. Though he runs quickly, but not quick enough, as the halfling man pulls back his jacket and draws a small contraption out of from his hip. There's a loud bang, and the man running away gives a sharp cry and stumbles to the ground, clutching his knee. The sheriff's companions rush forward and scoop up the wailing man, and the sheriff turns back to the gathered crowd, a jovial grin on his face. "My apologies for all of this. I certainly hope you all enjoy your stay in Haven. This man, he's just a very bad man, and we had to take care of him. But you all, I'm sure, are very fine people. And if you ever have need of me, or need of any of my deputies, just don't hesitate to come to my office. Can carry on then. He kind of goes over and helps gather up the man who is now sobbing, clutching a ruined knee, and they all seem to drag him down the road. What would you like to do now that you are definitely in Haven?
So do I have a large box sitting on the platform?
There is a large box with your name on it, sitting on the platform, with a little tag, a tag that you have the claim ticket to.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the ticket and go to the box and try to ask somebody. Is there a cheap place I can stay tonight? This is my first time out of the big city. I'm just really excited.
Just some random person like.
I mean, they looks, I don't know, a uniform or whatever.
Yeah.
They wear.
Let's see. The sheriff's right there. The
More like a trained employee.
Trained employee.
Maybe somebody that's helping to unload and doing that.
Yeah, sure. The conductor is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello again. It's you.
Oh, thank you so much for the whistle. That was great. It was
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
No, I always wanted to be a train conductor when I grew up.
Oh well. Wait. How old? There haven't been trains that long even.
I'm not very old.
Okay. You must be pretty. You must be younger than you look even.
Yeah. Well, so I have this big heavy box and had some things that were very precious to my mother, and I was just wondering if there was a place that you knew that a young man could stay.
Well, it depends. There are two good places to stay in town. Are you actually wanting to sleep, or are you looking for more of a companionable time?
Oh, sir, I'm a very young boy. I'm not ready for that kind of thing.
Well, then I would suggest the Lazy Current Inn. It's down in the older part of town.
Okay.
Follow that road on there, and well, you'll know when you've hit the older part of town.
All right. Well, and sir, you seem very big and strong, and maybe you could carry this box by yourself. But what I cannot do. Do you know a way that I could get this box transported to my room?
Okay. Well, let's see. He kind of looks over at the road, and it's like, well, you could probably hire a small carriage.
Okay.
Not that way.
That's my point, is to hire a carriage. I'm assuming I should probably not unbox him on the platform, considering the smuggling element.
Yeah, it's not like his presence is illegal. It's just memorable.
In that case,
that's why you boxed him to ship him out of Greyfall.
Okay. In that case, maybe I'll just kind of drag the box over to like an alley or something like, just kind of slightly out of the way so that it looks not quite so conspicuous.
Sure, yeah.
Does he see him drag me to an alleyway?
Yeah. So as he concludes this this interchange with this exchange with this guy, I'll just kind of appear over your shoulder and I'll say, "Excuse me, do you have the time?" Actually, I know you do.
And I check and I say, "Oh yes, sir. It's 3:00."
It's too bad that the watches, that your hands aren't as fast and nimble as the pocket watch's hands. If you know what I mean.
I don't at all.
Of course you don't. But I like you and I like your ilk, and I'm curious where you're staying. Perhaps I'll stay in the same establishment.
I'm not looking for that kind of friend, but the Lazy Creek Inn, I believe, or something close to that.
The Lazy Current Inn.
Lazy Current Inn. It's much better than Lazy Creek Inn. That place is a
Well,
shithole.
maybe the Lazy Creek has a lazy current.
Who knows? But yeah, that's where I'm gonna stay. I need to do some things, but maybe I could meet you there later.
What's in the box?
Well, that's the question of the hour, isn't it?
It is. And according to your newly acquired watch, I think it's that hour.
Boy, you're just throwing in all sorts of accusations here. Well, so you see, I have a friend, and he's very scared of trains, and so it was easier to bring him this way. So would you help me just carry this off the platform, and then I can introduce you to my friend?
Perhaps the robes have mistook my physique, but I don't think I could even lift this. And he's wearing a breastplate under robes and stuff. He just really looks thin. I mean, everything that you can see is just skinny and kind of skin and bones. super defined but dark features in the face, and doesn't give the impression of great strength at all.
I'm just gonna try to drag it off the platform myself.
Let me at least help you get it off the platform.
Thank you,
The
sir.
conductor, you know,
Yeah,
he'll help you. You know,
conductors are the best.
the both of you together.
Salty here.
Kind of pushes like, oh wow, what is in this? This is heavy. This is heavy. Let's bring over a little dolly. He motions to someone else who brings over a wheeled cart and kind of hoists it up and set it. And together, you all push it down the ramp
Okay.
onto the road.
Cool. All right. Yeah, and then just like kind of slightly out of the way, I go, and then I open the box.
And there he is in his powered down state.
Powering on. Oh, are we here yet?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, hi. You as I stand up, you see like 6.5, maybe 7 feet tall, giant metal, like basically metal man with like pipes coming out of various points, and you see one of my eyes is like kind of cracked and some of that. I'm like, hi. Is this a friend? Sorry.
Presumably.
Okay, so we don't have to kill them?
Not yet.
Uh-huh.
This is Shard.
Hi, I'm Shard.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You didn't at all.
Man of many accusations.
I didn't throw it.
So you would know of common knowledge that this is a war forge that you're looking at.
Okay.
They were created as basically super soldiers in the last in the war with the Northern Empire that ended about 16 years ago. Since then, officially they've been decommissioned. There is still a few hanging around. Kind of part of the treaty that ended the war is that these super soldiers were supposed to be, kind of removed. Certainly none more built. But yeah, that's.
And these super soldiers, they're truly mechanical robots.
They are a mix of mechanical genius and magical ingenuity.
Okay.
Is what most people know about.
Yeah, because we're technically living creatures,
Yes,
not
yes.
constructs. So.
Yeah. They don't count. They don't count as constructs, meaning that healing still works on them, and which would be.
And they have self-awareness.
Yes.
So
They are sapient.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just like saying like, oh, this.
Even if many people don't recognize their sapience.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I guess. Do we off now? And as out of the box, I pull out like a 6-foot pole that's like basically a spear or something. I'm like, all right. Oh, where are we going?
So we were gonna go check out an inn. We're in a place called Haven now.
Oh.
Remember we decided to come here just to kind of,
Yeah,
change
because
scene?
there was that fire in that building.
Well, I mean, no, just it's a different place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can walk with us if that. Sorry, what was your name?
My name is Farouk.
What?
Farouk.
Farouk. Okay. I'm Skwisgaar, and this is Shard.
Hi, I'm Shard. Nice to meet you. What's your name again?
The pleasure is mine.
Oh.
Since you have the directions to the lazy current, I'm happy to follow.
All right. I walk down the road.
Right. So down the main road that the conductor directed you down, you kind of look on. It's a very straight, very very straight, wide road. Carriages roll up and down, and people seem to be. With the arrival of the train, the busyness level of this town has certainly taken a quick jump. Down the sidewalks, people are kind of going past, and a lot of effort seems to be kind of moving towards the train to unload, and that seems to be kind of the big thing that's happening today. On one side, you've got on the north side of the road, right next to the train, you actually see a warehouse, a grain silo that can, with the arm that can drop. That can drop grain into a train car. Grain elevator, that's what they're called. And then on the other side, you actually see several businesses. The businesses closest to the train seem to be advertising seem to be tending towards the advertisement of people who, are just getting off the train. You see like a sign, a big sign that says "Spike in the Rail." Is a big sign that seems to be kind of a saloon, a drink place, and outside of that, you see a little bit of an argument taking place. As would you care to describe yourself?
So I am a portly human fellow. He looks young in age, roughly 28, 29 years old, although he is balding, and he's trying horribly to cover that balding spot with what remains of his blonde hair. Gentleman dressed in what is obviously church attire, friar's robes. He's arguing with...
Oh, yes, the proprietor of the... let me pull up my notes for that. The proprietor for Spike in the Rail. A human of maybe a little portly, but not unhealthily so. Just a little meat on his bones. Scraggly head of light hair. And he's just kind of insistently is like, "No, Father, no. I'm sorry, I can't give you any more until..."
He might have, my son, I'm sure. Surely you would want the blessings of Onaya on this fine establishment.
Yeah, what I would...
Think of what Sister Olsine would say. She's a...
If I were to give you
just one,
more...
And look, see, here, the advertisements. And I pull out one of the flyers for this establishment, and I quickly write, "Come to the church," and hand it to a random passerby. "Look, we both win. Double advertisement. I send you sinners, and you send me would-be saints, and we'll call it..."
Does someone actually take a flyer, or they do the thing they grab and just instantly toss it to the ground?
Yeah, it's just kind of what? I just kind of look at it and just flip it over to the other side.
Careful not to litter. Onaya is watching.
I wouldn't get a blessing from Onaya. I'd get an earful from Sister Olsine for getting you drunk again.
Then don't tell her. I won't tell her if you don't tell her. We'll be fine.
Look.
Pull out one gold piece. It's the last of my stipend. Just one more round.
This will go towards paying your current tab.
Now.
And when you've got that paid off, then I can sell you more liquor.
You're really buzzing. My balls, God be damned. Fine. Another piece of gold.
And as you're, arguing with this, a strange sight catches your eyes as what seems to be the bartender is kind of distracted for a second. And is like, "What in the whose name is that?" As
you're standing up probably like this.
As a large metal humanoid comes waltzing down the boardwalk.
Shit, ashes. I think that's a metal man, a warforged. I've heard of them in seminar and always a debate on whether it has a soul or not. Gods, I hope not. It's one more wayward creature Sister Olsine will try to make me.
And while you've been saying this, you notice the door just kind of closed silently as he has gone back inside.
We can discuss this further over a drink, and I'll go inside.
Did he lock the door behind him?
So he seems to be holding it closed against you at the moment.
I would.
I see him.
I will skulk around. I assume there's a side entrance or a window.
There's the kitchen entrance.
Yeah, I'll go around the kitchen entrance. I'm sure I'm familiar with that.
You've probably snuck out of it a couple times.
Yeah, first time sneaking in.
I guess he's leaving. I want to approach him and be like, sorry, is the door locked? May I?
By all means, good.
I would like to pull the door really hard to try to open it. Assuming the guy's back, so I'm gonna try to pull it. I don't understand how if the door's jammed, just pull it more.
Okay, make a strength check.
Strength. 19.
So, you pull the door open, and only after you swing it open, this terrified barkeep now holding onto the edge, do you realize it was a push door?
Oh.
What did you do? What did you...
The door was locked. He was trying to pull it open.
Now, you shouldn't be trying to block purveyors of your establishment.
Get out!
I choose not to block purveyors.
Stay out!
Come, friend. Enjoy the.
No, stay out, or I will call the sheriff.
Stay out of the road. We're aware, and I'll.
Leave now, or I will call the sheriff.
Sheriff.
Sorry, is this my fault? I'm sorry. I'll fix your door.
No.
Sorry, I will then my hand. I basically I'm gonna my hand's gonna collapse a little bit. And all of a sudden, a pair of tongs just goes whoop, pops out where my hammer placed, and then I basically will pick up the pieces, pull out a light hammer, and kind of go.
See?
And I'm basically using my back thing. I kind of want to basically open up a little I have a chest compartment. I kind of. And kind of start. You see, there's a fire that starts billowing. I'm like, just give me a minute. I'll have it. Give me 30 minutes, and I'll have this fixed. And I start putting the metal rods back in my chest.
You just kind of eyes open, just Bobby.
And I give it, and I take it away, and I give it. See, he's fixing your door. Now about that drink.
Try it the lazy currants, why don't you?
You know their ale tastes like piss.
I'm sorry. What do you know what piss tastes like? Also,
Don't ask.
What is piss?
He's been to the lazy current.
It's people water. Don't try it.
But I thought people were supposed to drink water.
No. It's water from people.
I thought that was blood.
Also that. Don't drink that either.
But I don't.
If it comes out of a human, don't drink it. Unless it's milk, but even for you. Don't drink human stuff.
Got it. Do not drink human stuff.
Yeah.
I would like you all to leave me in peace. I'll get this door fixed myself, and just please, shoo.
All right. I pull out the piece of metal that's probably now hot now, and just kind of here you go. And it's just gonna instinctively. I don't assume he doesn't have it. I'm just gonna drop it. Be like, here you go, and get ready to drop it.
It's just backs up.
I put it on the ground.
And I'll cast mending on the door, but not to put it back up, just to kind of fix it and then leave it on the ground and walk away.
He is very confused about all that's happening. Inside, you would have noticed. It's several tables sitting around a nice looking bar. It's fairly busy, and it looks like in the background you see what looks to be a couple showgirls preparing for a show.
I get flustered.
I look at him but if you're not for some reason around here, yes, we're going to the current that is lazy. Staying in there.
Oh, no, friend. Anyone who's anyone knows you stay at the Spike in the Line. They have the best ale, the best room, and the best...
So it's not actually the Spike in the Line does not actually have rooms. Next door is the Wild Rose that has the rooms.
Yes.
Oh.
They're interchangeable in my mind. It's one and the same. If you go to the Spike in the
And they
Line...
share a lot of business.
Yes.
I was going to you seemed like you were down on your
you
luck,
seem new
and I was
in town,
and since
friend.
I don't have to, I'm not supposed to eat human food. I was just gonna get the drinks I normally drink to feel social and just give them to you.
That sounds lovely. I would still recommend steering away from the lazy current. A lot of prying eyes and rich mucky mucks. You don't want that kind of attention.
Prying eyes,
Come with
clamp.
Yes, exactly.
noticing his priestly garments, I'm like, hey, look, we don't need a. It's okay, like I'm sorry. We're sorry to bother you. We're happy to go.
That's
get
no
out of
bother
here.
whatsoever.
No,
Your
please.
friend helped me
No.
immensely. Come.
We're supposed to help people.
Can we go to the Wild Rose? Is the
I feel like
I'll lead them
remember
towards the Wild
remember
Rose.
that building that was on fire?
Yeah,
You
the
said there
hotel.
were
Yeah.
people that needed
The-
help. Was it
He said
something
he said
Hotel.
he was
No,
looking
they were
for a place to stay.
They
So
were resting.
Wild Rose there is no better place to stay. Fine company, an upscale clientele.
In your mind, I'm sure that's true.
That is 100% true. The Wild Rose.
So,
Follow me.
you go to the. He kind of takes you towards the Wild Rose, which is the storefront. It's kind of a plain wooden structure, but it has been embellished quite heavily with some decorations. A big, painted sign that says the Wild Rose, and has even an artistic design of a kind of a showgirl doing a little bit of a dance. Inside, you actually notice that if you follow your way inside, the inside is draped heavily with some. It's a bit kind of closer feeling. It's got a lot of curtains draped along, kind of some nice silks. Definitely designed to make the interior feel closer, but also bigger than it actually is. Kind of cushioned seating areas, and its own entrance straight into the spike in the rail.
Okay.
So you can see, that customers are free to go back and forth from one to the other. One to get their drinks, the other to get their companionship.
So I will gesture towards the desk. I assume there's a desk for checking in and whatnot.
So what you see up there is actually, you kind of go towards the back, and there is, there's a desk, but no one's at the desk currently. Over in one corner, you see a kind of a large cushioned space, and in that cushion is sitting surrounded by three ladies, is sitting a kind of he's sitting, so you can't exactly see that he's tall, but he's tall. A dark-haired man with kind of a chiseled chin, a wide-brimmed hat, and he sees you and is like, Father, welcome back. How are you doing today? He stands up, which way you can see he's tall.
Yeah, blessings be upon you,
Of
my
course.
good friend.
Of
And I'll
course,
shake
and
his
all the
hand
blessings be on
fervently.
you.
Yeah,
I-
I have recently met these fine but wayward souls in need of proper redemption introduction here in Haven, and I, being the most priestly of fellows,
And the
thought
most
me-
pious man I know. You
blessings.
definitely
You flatter
know.
me, sir.
You are-
flatter me.
You are very familiar with this man, Bismarck County.
Bismarck, my friend. These travelers are in need of a room.
Of course. Ladies, come. And the ladies that he was sitting with kind of stand up and join you, and you kind of listen like, well, you're an interesting one, aren't you?
And
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes, that is quite...
this
quite
one is a
remarkable.
very fine handyman, I assure you. I've witnessed with my own eyes.
May I?
Maybe? Yes.
He kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and just kind of feels the
I'm
metal.
still probably quite warm from turning on my forge earlier.
No, that's quite...
Oh, sorry.
So you can see he's got on a long kind of a cloak, or more of a very nice coat that is buttoned in the front but open quite a bit. So you can tell that he is definitely a very, very fit and handsome, actually, very an individual. I don't really, which way your characters go, but, everyone can tell this guy is very, very charismatic.
Bismarck, you look better every day. Surely, Onaya has smiled upon you. I just have one bit of business that I wish to discuss. There seems to be a misunderstanding with the Spike.
What has Mortimer done now?
Mortimer seems to think he's saying that I owe some trifle amount, and I'm sure I paid it. It's a misunderstanding. If I offend, I will surely correct. But there's no need to cut me off. Surely you can understand.
No, of course. I can have one of the ladies take your order, and
Please.
we will put it in, and he doesn't have to know that it's for you.
That is most gracious.
Yes.
And then I will
Just add it to your tab later.
bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Bismarck is the best man in Haven to speak to about all that you might need or desire. Just do me a favor and pop in to the church every once in a while and tell Sister Olsine I told you all about Onaya's blessings. Have a good day. And I will... The ladies are taking me to the bar?
So they would go get your drinks for you and bring them back.
Oh, I will wait by the door.
Yes, yeah.
I looked at Farouk.
So
He's a strange one, especially for an acolyte.
Short, I just want you to know it's your body and therefore it's your choice whether they touch it. So you don't have to ask me.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Sorry, I don't quite understand people. Looking to Farrah, like, if you want, do you want to? And I point to where you poked me.
No, I'm fine, thank you. And it's Farouk.
Oh, Farouk? Okay.
You were just watching this whole...
Just watching.
and
Paying special attention to Bismarck. Do I notice anything in particular about him?
Make a insight check. Or what kind of thing would you be looking for?
Just watching him, seeing who he's watching, what he's paying attention to. Obviously there's more to him than meets the eye, and I'm trying to figure out what makes him tick.
Sure, yeah, that'd be an insight check.
Which would be 11.
Right. Understandably, he's very interested in being accommodating and getting people into his door and into his beds.
So he's just about business. There doesn't seem to be any other...
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
That's what he seems.
Okay.
He is a businessman and is very interested in making the coin.
I'm kind of scanning the room looking to see if I can tell who wants to be seen the least.
Sure. Currently it's still late morning.
Okay.
Maybe a little more, shortly afternoon.
Okay.
Is about the time it is. So at this point in time, the room is fairly empty.
Okay. Take it towards anybody that looks like they might be of like authority of any kind.
Authority.
Right.
Well, certainly. As you look around the room, there is no one appears to be of legal authority.
Okay.
Bismarck himself projects an air of authority.
He's the man of the house.
Yes. Anyway, is there anything I can do for you, fine gentlemen?
Perhaps directions to the lazy current.
Oh, yes. The lazy current is. We have fine about here. If you need rooms, I can certainly provide you with rooms. Much more entertaining rooms than they can get to the lazy current.
I'm kind of looking to just to rest and kind of lay low for a little bit, and I don't necessarily need the other amenities that you have on offer.
Very well. Well, if you ever need a good time, If you ever need to be shown a good time, you know where to come. But yes, the lazy current is down the road, continuing down the road.
Can I return with the booze in hand?
So yeah, about this time.
Yeah, about this time. Would I have heard this this pleasant declination of offers?
So yeah, they.
You may not need such amenities now, my friend, and I'll hand you one of the ales, one of 3.
How many did you request?
A gallon of ale is 5 silver pieces.
Yeah. Well, I'll carry it.
It's on his tab.
Yeah. It's on my tab. Oh, however much I need, I suppose. A gallon. We'll start with a gallon.
Okay, gallon.
Yeah.
Here is
but
actually
if you want
6.
them, it's always nice to have them readily available, and they will not be. Can I insight check? He seems like you seem like you're wanting to be away from prying eyes and I assure you, if you go to the lazy current, eyes will pry. No, none of those stuffy authority figures come here. They
you certainly wouldn't have been aware of all of that. What he was looking for. He seems that he's just not interested in what's for sale here. And you actually would know that the rooms here are more expensive.
Yeah, but
than over at the Lazy Current.
If
So
people to the rooms, then they're more likely to ignore the fact that my tab is growing higher. Maybe.
I mean, possibly.
Okay.
The question is, what is your tab? I want to know.
So do I.
You don't even know. It's like you're just the guy. It's like, you always have debt, no matter what.
Yeah, you see, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about before you showed up, but you showed up late.
It's
Right.
Bro, it's 100.
Take a break.
That's how much gold.
And we can discuss further. Fine. If you insist, I will look to Bismarck apologetically and show you the way.
Yeah, very well. I understand you must be hospitable. You must show the hospitality of our town.
Yes, Anaya, and blessings. And
But you'll be back.
I'll be back.
Of course, and I will be waiting for you here.
Okay, good friend. It's okay. You don't have to.
No. I insist. What kind of clergy, what kind of father would I be if I left wayward souls to wander and potentially get harmed on this most rough and frontier town? Haven is nice. Not all of its inhabitants are. Just follow me. I'll lead them to the...
He's much different from the priest that we've run into.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So as you,
I say that out loud.
I said that very softly.
Start adjusting my robes and picking what looks to be bar food out of the beef.
yeah, cleaning yourself
Peanut
up a little
shells.
bit.
Yeah, because
Loose nuts.
And as you're
Does he
kind of,
smell?
do you smell?
a little.
I can't press the digitation to get rid of
All right.
booze over.
Thanks.
But
You
softly.
don't know.
But softly. It's for me too.
So as you continue down the road, you being familiar with this, you can point out kind of the landmarks, like, oh look over there, it's the Haven Miners Exchange, where various people from the surrounding area who have they keep track of mining of claims and do a lot of trading for minerals and ore and that kind of thing. Over there, it's the Cool Runnings bathhouse. You point out the bathhouse.
Soothing bath salts.
Yep.
Fine place.
The First Haven Bank you pass by, and then you
Not
kind of
important.
you get to the end of the straight part of the road, and when the conductor first told you that you'd know when you got into the older part of town, he wasn't wrong. There seems to be a very sudden shift at the end of this road. You hit a bit of a central location. The road widens out a little bit into what almost looks like a courtyard or a town square type of thing. And where you look backwards, it's straight rows lined with neat houses and neat buildings that are, to be honest, maybe a little cookie cutter. What is in front of you is seems much more organic. Three additional roads split off from this central town square, and whereas the one that you just came down is perfectly straight, those just kind of meander, almost as if, which is actually fairly likely that what happened is that people just started placing a road where people had already tread a bit of a trail into the grass.
Before we start getting into an area where we'll have to interact with some of the kind of denizens of the more affluent members of Haven, I would like to turn to my new Warforged friend Shard here, and good fellow, was I mistaken, or did you open your chest back there?
Well, yes, I have.
Might I see again?
It's like a little bit of steam comes out. Like, sorry, my cold is leaking.
You have a condition. But I digress. Would you mind? And I'll put the gallon of ale. It would be unseemly. It would be unseemly for me to be seen with this right now. And let's just.
Bender, can we hide this gallon of ale in your compartment?
How I have it designed is I have a small forge built into me, so I certainly try. I guess. Oh no, sir, you hand it to me?
I don't want to be seen with a gallon of ale.
I just kind of open up the compartment and I start pouring it in.
Okay. I don't put it's better for me not to be seen with it.
So now we have alcohol, something that catches fire. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't roll high on my should I do this check.
Good. So, and then I'll continue leading them.
Right. Yes. So now there's a smell, kind of a cooked hoppy smell coming from there. Maybe you can get yourself into a brewer's kit.
I could get myself into a brewer's kit.
I actually do. Brewer's kit.
Yes, of course you would. So you do actually around this older part of town. It's not so much the rich part of town. It's the part of town where people have been living for generations. Whereas the part behind you, some might argue, is actually richer, just because a lot of the money that comes into town just kind of stops there. A lot of it stops at the Wild Rose, in fact. That's where a lot of the external money from the town kind of ends up.
So, if anyone were to rat me out for having booze or anything, it would be in this part of town, though, right?
Well, certainly. You now find yourself in front of the Haven Sanctum, the small, little chapel here, and that's probably why you wanted to hide it, in case Sister Ulcine happened to be looking outside at the moment. And that's also probably why you don't like coming to the Lazy Current, is that it's just right across the square from, well, I say square, it's really more of an amorphous blob shape.
And here we are, the Lazy Current, a finer bunch of Hippocratic oaths you'll never meet. They'll be at my sermon Sunday morning and in Sunday afternoon gossiping and
Which inn?
the Lazy Current.
Oh, not the one we just came from.
No, the Wild
That
Rose.
you frequent.
Yes, the Wild Rose.
Alright, just clarify.
So
Far more down to earth. So you can really minister to those wonderful, wonderful denizens. However, the Lazy Current has, I suppose, its own allure.
Yeah, so you go up to a 3-story stone building, whereas all the others are kind of are wooden structures. This is a fairly nice stone structure, and you kind of look around. It's got the sign out front, swaying slightly in the breeze. Just has a picture, a nice little drawing of a river, kind of curving around, and the words "the lazy current." Other things that you see in the around you, the buildings. Over on one side, you actually see what seems to be a stables and a blacksmith. And in front of the stable and the blacksmith, you notice there's a bit of a call out. Ah, right. What are you, new people, new faces in town? See, the father's already said hi to you. And you look over, and they're in front of the stable and the blacksmith, right in between them. In fact, on a bit of a table set out in front seems to be an elf and a dwarf sitting drinking together, just watching people as they go by, making the occasional just comments to people, and and he just kind of waves but so do you wish to go inside the lazy current?
Before going in the lazy current, I want to go up to, go to the blacksmith area. Basically go to the blacksmith yes, who is the person who runs the blacksmith?
Right, what do you know? Someone who doesn't just automatically assume that the dwarf is the blacksmith. I like this fellow. I am actually the blacksmith, says the elf.
I was like, oh yes, the owner of the spiked rail, his door, I accidentally broke his door, and if he comes by and needs it to be fixed, do you mind if I go ahead and pay up front for it? Here is 3 gold. And I just kind of put 3 gold on, I assume, a table.
Yeah, there's a little table sitting between them.
Yeah, like, if you also need help, I can assist, and I pull out, there is like the clamp that goes through a hammer, and then basically, then actually one of my fingers turns into a file. So.
Well, I have heard of such contraptions, but wow, that is... Oh, wow, I would dearly love to take you apart and see exactly how you tick, but, well, I'm sure that you would prefer to be in one piece, so not today.
I don't like... Sorry, I just got put back together. And it was uncomfortable?
It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure he's very adept.
This big fella doesn't know if he has to ask you if he was uncomfortable.
Please, he doesn't understand certain things like, comfort or drinking urine. So, I have to catch him up on these things.
He is an expert on comfort and drinking urine.
Right, I can see that. I think your half-cousin is a little bit loopy. Oh, it's fine.
He had some masonry fall on him in an accident. He's not at full capacity.
And it's like, my eye kind of sparks a little bit, and there's like a slight dent in my head.
Where did I...
Right, but yeah. Basically, I want to offer my services, especially.
Yes,
I don't know.
I'm Halid Tyr.
Halid Tyr.
And this is Gundar Irontooth. Right. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And who are y'all?
Gundar.
Of course, I know who you are. Yeah, everyone knows.
I'll have your money soon. I promise. And I'm going to the sanctum, probably to check in.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, sure. It's that door right there.
How much? While he kind of goes AFK, I'm like, how much does he owe you?
Here's 3 gold.
Okay. No,
but I thought it's nice to give money to people.
It can be. He works for the church. They have their own money, okay? They don't need ours.
That is true. I take the 3 gold out of his hand and put it back in my pocket. I did leave 3 gold on the table.
You're a peculiar one.
Yeah.
Shark, we've talked about this. You only have to pay for your own things. You don't have to pay for everyone's things.
But you may.
See, I thought pay it forward, is what the author used to say.
He said a lot of things.
He said it's a lot of things.
He is truly the droid you're looking for.
I am the droid you're looking for. Oh my god.
Right.
Name of like a Warforged romance novel, the droid you're looking for.
So before he scuttered off, he probably also would have pointed out the Fuller's Brewery, mainly because that's one of his favorite places to just kind of be next to and sniff the goings on.
Outside the door.
So are we near the Lazy Current then? Is that where
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
It's
happening?
you're basically next door.
Okay.
Okay,
The talkative dwarf just likes to shout to random people.
Anything that I notice about this particular dwarf or his iron tooth?
Okay, sure. Make a. So the dwarf is Gundar Irontooth. The elf is Halad Tyr. Maybe it's a perception check.
19 plus.
So one thing you notice is that they seem very comfortable here. You get the impression that they sit here frequently, enjoying drinks together. And what you've noticed is that the dwarf is actually sitting nearer to the blacksmith's place, and the elf is sitting next to the stables.
Well, they lie to me.
And no, definitely, you get the impression that they sit there specifically to have newcomers assume that the dwarf is the blacksmith, and then when people go to the dwarf talking about blacksmithing, he loves to berate them. That's probably about being racist against. Not all dwarves are blacksmiths, you racist bastard.
Some of them are masons, and some of them are, I don't know.
Right, some of them are miners.
Yeah. Well, they're all minors before 18.
Oh, bloody hell.
I had to get one of those drinks today. Alright.
I'm not sure. What was the age of maturity for a dwarf? Probably more like 30 or something.
They age roughly the same as
But they
human
live
beings.
ridiculously
Yeah,
long.
they live longer.
Right.
But they go to maturity roughly around the same age as human beings.
Yeah.
The Sanctum.
Does it look like the quality of the work that the blacksmith does is good, or is it average? Or
Do you have any knowledge of iron workings? I mean,
just to the casual observer?
it's right. It looks like what he's got hanging on the walls. Around seems horseshoes, some metal bits of some saddles and tacks, and a lot of nails hanging around. So it looks like the average blacksmith that you'd expect, with just more. What you do notice is there'd be more horseshoes and more nails than more construction stuff in general, rather than just the everyday I need a pair of tongs.
Right.
Or, well, if you ever need any blacksmithing, I do commissions. I can make whatever you want, except armor. I don't do armor.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll just plan on going to get a room. Do you want your own room, or do you want to sit in the corner of mine?
What would be appropriate?
Well, why don't you stay in mine?
Alright. I don't sleep. I just power down. It's better than elf trance. In every way.
So you walk into the Lazy Current. It's a nice thick wooden door that leads you into a wide area lined with solid tables and benches. There's a fireplace, but given the warmth of the day, it is currently not. It does not have a fire in it, and there seems to be. It's not very
populated. Around there is you see a shorter woman who seems to be in charge of the place. She's kind of bustling around, making her way through the benches, just kind of cleaning. She seems to be mostly cleaning up from the night before. And she sees you walk in, and
Is there nobody else in there?
there's like one other person who seems to be quietly kind of drinking in the corner, maybe having a bit of chicken. It's like, well, hello there. How can I help you, fine folk? And she walks up. You can tell she is quite short. In fact, she is short enough that she could be a halfling, but she'd be a tall halfling. Kind of looking up, he's like, "Oh well, wow, that's an interesting friend you got there."
Yeah, he is. I was just looking to see if you guys had a room. We were just, in town, kind of visiting, seeing what it's like out here. First time out of the city.
Oh, of course, yeah. We got rooms. We got rooms. A room for the night is 5 silver.
Okay. And he and I will share. It will be fine. So.
Okay. Would you care for a room, sir?
Absolutely, please.
Of course. Yes. Well, we actually do have a bit of a larger, nicer room available for 7 silver, if you'd like that. But
5 silver.
that's all right. All right. Certainly. Would you like? I assume you'd like a dinner included with that.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm quite hungry.
Of course. Yeah, I can get you a nice dinner for an extra just 2 silver. All that'll cost you.
No, that's fine. Thank you, man.
And yeah, ale by the. Would you like something to eat now?
I would be happy to get settled, but yes, sure. After we.
Sure, of course. I'll prepare some. I can take your order now and have it ready for you when you're done. When you come back down.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We got right now. I got just some chicken. They got the beef. The beef is a little bit nicer, a little bit pricier. Also, just if you're on a budget, then we also have the bread loaf and just a hunk of cheese. Standard fare for that.
That'd be great.
Just the bread and cheese.
Just the bread and cheese.
All right, darling. All right, certainly. And what would you care for?
What was the 2 silver meal?
There's just the chicken. This is just the chicken.
Oh,
All right, certainly. So I'll get you settled. Your rooms. Certainly. Give me one moment. She hurries back and pulls out some keys. Friend kind of hands you each a key. Your room will be 3, just up the stairs and on the left, and you'll be the same just on the right. Up the stairs and on the right. All right. Thank you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call me. My name is Miss Eveline.
Miss Eveline.
Yes, Miss Eveline.
Is your establishment does it get busier at night, or are we going to expect more?
Well. It's it varies from evening to evening, but I do have several regulars that like to come in. I haven't sadly I haven't actually filled up this common room in quite some time, but that I assure you it is not any fault of my fare or my dwellings. I can assure you that.
And would it be out of ordinary for games of chance to be played in your fine common room here?
Certainly, that is something that can happen. A nice, quiet game. I do, demand that they stay. Don't want things to get out of hand.
Perhaps if you put the word out, I'd be interested in that after I dine.
Sure. I think Jimmy comes by. He's often looking for a game. But that would
make sure you connect us when he arrives.
Of course. I can do. What's your game? Cards or?
Cards, I prefer.
All right. I will keep that in mind. Of course. Anything else I can do for you, gentlemen?
No.
Does he need anything special? I'm sorry if I'm being rude. Do you need anything special,
That's
sir?
all right. People don't understand us.
I know. It's a strange world. I mean, I'm not going to judge you, but that is certainly strange. If you need anything, shall we say, out of the ordinary, don't hesitate to ask. It might be, I don't know what you need, but I'm sure we can procure whatever you require.
That should be fine. I think. But thank you.
As long as the room's not too humid.
She seems nice.
Yeah, she seems nice.
All right. Well, you get yourself settled in, and I'll get your meals prepared. Do you? I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude, but do you eat?
I don't. But if you are making more meals, just give it to someone who needs it.
Oh, the charitable type. Oh, that's so sweet.
So she heads off to go, back into the kitchen. And
so
then
I'm gonna look at the one other person who's sitting there eating chicken. Do I notice anything in particular about him? Is he particularly paying attention to us? Is he kind of lost his own thoughts?
well, certainly you're next to a rather tall man that seems to be made of metal, so you definitely attract attention. So he's definitely paying attention to you.
I'm also not wearing clothes. Just to point that out.
But it's metal,
Yeah.
No shame to hide.
It's hard to put any hats on with that cone.
So he looks like he's a farmer, definitely a halfling, and he's kind of chowing down on a bit of chicken. Based on you kind of he sees you looking, and he kind of hurriedly kind of goes back to his chicken and glances up. But in that brief moment of eye contact, you can kind of see that he probably had a bit of a late night, has some bags under his eyes, and is probably just now recovering from whatever he was up to last night.
Okay. So, my friend, we never did discuss what is it that brings you here. You mentioned kind of touristy stuff, but
Yeah, I just I've been in the city my whole life, and I was just looking for a change of scenery, and I thought, yeah, Hayden Frontier, that might be interesting, and I want to see what's at the end of the line. So, so I came out here to check that out.
How long do you plan to stay at the end of the line?
You sure ask a lot of questions.
You can ask them.
Man, I'm just here. I don't know. I don't have an agenda. We're just, kind of passing through. How about yourself? What do you up to?
We don't have an agenda. We're just passing through. I thought you were just visiting, but now you're passing through.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my room.
We'll see you around.
Okay.
So your room is basic, but nice. Another thing you notice down in the main area is that there are many tables and chairs that are actually sized specifically for smaller people. They obviously have several halfling visitors. There's actually a large halfling population in the area. So you head up to your rooms. It's nice. It's it's cozy. It's comfortable. It's not really trying to put on any fancy airs, but it's totally serviceable and comfortable. You kind of put what belongings you have kind of away, and then head back down.
Yep. Time to eat.
Yep.
The sanctum.
Yes, the sanctum.
So I want to. One, I need to replenish my funds. So the offering box.
Oh my god, you are the worst cleric ever. Is there such thing as an Oathbreaker cleric?
They won't.
It
It serves Onaya's blessing. I need these funds. And Onaya needs me to need these funds. Offering box?
Yeah, so Sister Ulcine tends to hide the offering box, but you're aware of a couple of her hiding spots. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 10.
10. So her normal spots that you're checking around, you don't actually find the offering box.
Alright then. Bit frustrated, disappointed. Yeah. Sacramental wine. my second option because can I go
Yeah,
down to
so
the kitchens area? And
you go down, through to the storage area, and
Sacramento wine.
and there, yes, there is a bottle of sacramental wine.
Tip it back. Oh. And then I'll drink most of it, not all of it, and I'll fill the rest with water from my water skin and place it carefully back on the counter.
What are you, a 16-year-old trying to get your parents to cook alcohol supply?
You do not know Sister Olsine. And I'm feeling a little peckish. I suppose it's about time to go get a meal. I'll go to the Lazy Current because the chicken is dry and stuffy, but it's better than porridge and bread, which is the highest thing that priests should eat. That Sister Olsen seems to think I can sustain myself on.
And you keep telling her, man cannot live on bread alone!
Exactly.
Man cannot live on bread alone.
Yeah, so as you, head back over to the Lazy Current, they seem to be, have found a table and are eating a midday meal. The halfling at this point, has said his has paid and said his farewells to the to Miss Eveline and has headed off. And yeah, so you're enjoying a meal, eating. Is there anything particular you'd like to do while you're eating, or just kind of enjoy a meal?
Just eat. Yeah, I eat quickly and quietly.
All right. Well,
I just sit there and just watch.
I will ostentatiously come in. Eveline, my dear, blessings be upon you.
hello, Father. Hello.
Missed you at service of this past 10-day.
I think you mean I missed you at service.
They're one and the same. Sadly, Onaya's duties called me away for some reason I can't quite recall at this moment. You know why I'm here. That wonderful chicken of yours.
Of course, that's why you're here. Of course, yeah. I'll bring up some chicken if that's all you're looking for. I can bring you some chicken.
I will. And do I notice?
Yeah,
these three.
They're the only seem to be currently the only ones in there. So
I'm not sitting with him, by the way. I'm at my own table.
Oh, okay.
You're at your own table.
Oh yeah.
What depends on who got there first.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just one table or whatever?
Well, no, there are multiple tables.
Yeah.
But if he was there first,
Oh, right.
I would join him.
Oh, okay.
If I was sitting there first, then you would sit.
I would.
gotcha.
I would also sit with whoever's first. So I'll sit with him because new people, make friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'll gladly come up. I'll inquire as to Jimmy from Eveline. Is Jimmy about? He and I, when last met, we're in a raving debate on the status of one's soul with regards to the Jack 5, 10, and Ace up the sleeve.
Yes. Of course. Actually, that gentleman there was also looking for a game. If you're interested.
You play chance. What's your poison, friend?
Outside, you hear kind of like hoofbeats kind of scamper by quickly, and then quietness.
I dabble. I didn't wear the robes always.
We could certainly have enjoy some kings and queens or some game of your pick. It's fine.
Lots.
Sure.
Have you ever cast lots?
Yes.
You might enjoy this, my friend. Come.
All right.
So what you want to do? And I will try to explain.
A louder kind of hooves, multiple horses seem to sound from outside, followed by a cry. They hear.
I go out to.
Like someone in trouble cry, or more like, oh dear.
Someone a frightened cry. And it's like, Evelyn's like, what is going on out there?
I'll get my poking
Dear.
stick. I grab my poking stick and stand up and like, I'll be back. Just play my hand for me. I go leave.
Around this time, you actually hear a loud crack echo
Was
from
the
outside.
cry male or female?
It sounded female.
Is everyone going?
I was gonna
Yeah,
go out
so-
with that first because I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
So I was
As you open the door, you notice a scene of first off, you only notice that there seem to be people rushing. A couple people kind of rush by and look worried. The dwarf and the elf who were sitting there calmly before are nowhere in sight, and there seems to be just a bustle until around the corner you see a man coming on horseback, yelling, just kind of whooping like "woo, woohoo!" and a torch in his hand.
I suppose
Wow.
we should.
I grab my poking stick.
Collect up
Not
our.
quite finished with my chicken yet.
Is this one of the guys that was on the actually I wouldn't know, but is this one of the guys that was on the train with us? For
Those people who were on the train would not recognize this person.
Okay.
It's long cloak, kind of a the hat that shades yourself from the sun when you're out on the prairie seems to be a popular headwear around these parts. And then behind him, you notice that more people on horseback are approaching.
All right.
And as they kind of are like whooping and hollering, and one of them actually draws a crossbow and fires at someone who's running. Luckily kind of misses and just kind of pings into the door, but definitely not friendly people.
Am I getting a stern look from Evelyn or?
She's kind of she kind of rushes to the door, looks out what's happened, like, oh dear, what's happened? Someone call the sheriff.
Yes. The sheriff. I can handle it. Surely, we don't need to interrupt our meal.
He's just gnawing on a chicken wing.
All right. I'll probably go after him, and I'll be like, excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to shoot crossbows at people without their consent.
One of them actually goes over towards the stables and seems to hold a torch up to the edge and is kind of whooping as he seems to be starting to try to light the.
Should we stop this fire?
I'm going to immediately cast prestidigitation on the torch and snuff it.
All right, he kind of looks around. Looks around as
Don't-
you're kind of
don't
going.
do that. That is bad.
One-
Fire bad, right? Fire bad.
One of his compatriots actually looks at you, kind of startled for a second, pulls out his own crossbow and fires.
Oh, do I need to roll initiative, or you roll to hit me first? I said.
Yeah. So this is definitely. I'm trying my best to get you guys into combat. Come on,
No.
go out and fight.
Hey, just because people are shooting doesn't mean that we have to interrupt.
I would imagine that there are windows in the Lazy Kern Inn, and I can see the gentleman firing crossbows is easily ignored in a frontier town. But when he starts wielding fire towards the stables, I must intervene.
So I guess are we grading this out, or are we just
Surely.
minding it?
We all get
No.
blamed.
So I have a thing.
Oh, you have a thing?
I have things.
Yeah.
You have all the
I have
things.
many things.
Where the queen's good?
I think our game will have to wait.
Oh, alright. He just wipes the napkin and puts it down and stands up.
So yeah, I kind of like the dynamic, and it definitely. I don't want you to defer to too much, but definitely I'm gonna this guy that shot you, gotta kill him now.
Like I said, it's social situations. So like, how am I supposed to act in this situation?
Yeah.
Because that was something I never was taught. I was used. I was never taught to be a person.
Right. And I
All right,
appreciate
here
you
we go.
calling me on my shit all the time because it's not gonna be consistent and not always on purpose.
I love it. I'm liking the
I
dynamic.
have many things.
Oh, we have all the things.
But you're so there's like a building.
Okay.
Here's a building.
Does this door work? That door works, I know.
That door does not work.
Okay.
These doors work. There.
Do you want it to be with this line here?
Just kind of, so this they're kind of slightly lumped around.
Okay.
It's
What's the base color of the plastic you use? I'm curious.
it's all black
Okay.
base. Yeah. So actually, wait, no, let's put that one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
And
hearing
watch out because the top floors do come off.
the nagging voice of Sister Olsen. A godly priest helps. A godly priest intervenes for those in danger. A godly priest.
Yeah. There's a tavern.
Oh my god.
If we can.
Someone cast reverse gravity in the tavern right before everything went down.
Shit went down in the tavern the other night.
However,
In another place, in a very similar tavern, there was a
So
very,
I guess
very
which of these buildings is like the stable / forge? I guess for our representation, because you said that.
We'll put these two together and call them that.
Okay.
I didn't know exactly where this might happen, depending where you went. So
Yeah. No, you're good.
make things.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, kind of like right here in your
There's the
stable.
forge.
Okay. Sweet. Okay.
So yeah, that kind of. This thing goes meow.
Meow. Okay.
This thing goes meow.
So
This thing goes.
me and Skwisgaar are at the door. You said probably.
Yeah. So you two are at the door.
Okay.
You're probably I don't know. We don't have to set up all of the
Yeah.
tables and chairs and all of that. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It looks like everything's good on the stream for the most part.
Yes. All right. So,
Oh, he's a Twitch Prime member. Why does he have a crown? A friend of mine is on the stream. Yeah, we've been bouncing around like between like 3 and 6 viewers, Zander.
Yeah, my friend Gregory was watching for a bit. I don't know if he still is. But.
Yeah. Like I said, the person, she who's not here today, she was watching earlier.
Yeah, Maurice was. Yeah.
And Maurice was
all right.
watching.
So yeah. So let's see. You're using what figure?
I use the.
Okay. Yeah. So we put you kind of in here. Hey, this was a short person. We're going to use this for Maurice later, but for now, it's the short innkeeper.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see a
Okay.
totally unpainted, but
Okay. So I rolled okay for initiative. Like not the best,
Yeah.
not the worst. I just gotta get level 7, and then I will roll all the good initiatives.
Alright.
16.
Oh, there you go.
I'm bad at preparing, or else I would have had more
Terrible.
things
Minus is
prepared.
-1.
Good.
I would prefer to be last.
You're so prepared. You forgot dice for the first 30 minutes. That's how prepared you are.
That is exactly how prepared I am.
There's some modules I just don't even like some of the modules are gonna run the hexagon. I don't think I need to even look
I
at
have
the thing.
the grid paper in the car.
Oh yeah. I'll
And
get that from you.
let's see. Here's my rough outline of what the town looks like. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, cool. That is dope. Yeah.
And where am I going to put? All right.
Town drawing is so much fun. Oh, those are actually people on horses. Wow.
Yes, those are people on horses. I have horseback figures for my Western themed D&D thing.
It's not like you never you use them once and never gonna be able to use them again. Oh wait, we're gonna use them all the time. Alright, so I got a 14.
11.
A 20.
17.
Jeez.
Wow.
16.
So the people who weren't paying attention go first.
So remind me, what's your character's name again? Or should
Farouk.
Farouk.
all right.
Beglian.
Beglian. 17, and I heard what was next?
A 14.
14. And Skwisgaar.
11.
All right. So Farouk, yes, it is your turn.
Alright, so I will get up from the chicken I was enjoying and wipe his face and throw the...
Which is right
Yeah,
there. I will
yeah.
point out. I
Yep.
do have a plate of chicken.
Yep. And just make his way as far as he can to the door.
Sorry, people on the stream, you can't see the tiny plate of chicken, but it's there.
So I'm go to the doorway. And who's this?
So that is that one.
So I just move into the center of the door to see what's going on. And there are 3 guys on horseback, is what it is?
All right, a 14 doesn't hit you, does it? Yeah.
No.
So he does start this whole thing off by shooting you with a crossbow, but it just kind of dings off your shoulder armor. All right, so you currently see 3 guys.
Yep. So I can move total of 30 feet, so I don't know how much I've moved.
I don't know. So that's you were here-ish.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you've moved pretty much 30 feet right now.
Okay. And I'll just hold, see what happens.
All right. That makes it Beglian's turn.
I will stand up, top off all of the remaining cups of ale on the table in quick succession. And then I will.
So you spend your action drinking ale. Okay.
Yeah, and then spend my movement.
Come on. Can you get that for me?
Yeah, probably don't look
Okay.
Getting there.
Alright. So yes, we are in fireball formation.
You guys are level 2. You really think I'd send something after you?
I don't know how you're going to run this campaign.
Each session?
First fireball, everybody dies.
Well, that concludes the.
I expected Dylan to kill me at Lair for the second time, and I was disappointed. So
yes, it is
I
Shard's
hope
turn.
on you.
It is Shard's turn.
I pull up Pike. Let's see, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this guy? I guess what? I assume the large creature is he like occupying this area right here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. A pike has a range of 10 feet. I will I guess rage and stab. I am not going to reckless because I'm not that dumb.
So as you just kind of charge forward, you see him just kind of getting angry. It was weirdly, and just like steam starts just going.
Yeah, but it looks like I'm overclocking.
Very, very quickly starts overheating.
Yeah. And I run up. I get
It smells more strongly of hops.
Yeah. I just reek of like stale beer probably.
Mm-hmm.
I get a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right.
Most things.
Yeah, 21 to hit. 15 damage. I will stab the person because animals are friendly.
All right. Sure. Yeah. How much?
15.
Well, you
non-lethally because I don't know the rules laws of this town.
Well, he's kind of charging through, and you just run up with your thing, and non-lethally just crack him over the head, and he falls off of his horse and tumbles to the ground, and is not moving.
Okay. I just look back to you guys. Thumbs up. I can't smile because I don't give facial expressions.
So
My face.
this one is now just a horse.
Right, and I rage, so I should mark that. I did that.
And since they rolled terrible on initiative, that brings us to Skwisgaar.
Okay, is the one that's down, is that the one that shot him with the crossbow, or is that a different one?
That is the one that shot him with the crossbow.
Okay.
It's early afternoon.
Let's see.
Oh, so it's not. It's not.
Yeah, you just finished lunch.
So it's not high noon.
And the other two on horseback, what are they doing right now? Do they look like they're ready to fight, or are they...
So the one over there by the corner of the building was just attempting to light the building on fire, but you snuffed it.
Yeah.
And so he is angrily holding a torch and looking at you and drawing. Now he is drawing a... What does he have? He's drawing a mace. He pulls out a mace. The other one still has a crossbow.
Okay.
He just shot the random person and missed the other person.
Gotcha, okay. Let's...
What spell?
Oh, just Vicious Mockery. Okay, hold on. I'm almost there. So, I look at the man with the torch and say, having performance issues? Happens to everybody. And I cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. That is a
13 save, wisdom.
wisdom saving throw. That brings it to a 4. So he fails. Roll damage.
Alright.
Vicious Mock him to death. Do it.
2.
Well, he's very angry.
Yeah.
The psychic damage doesn't seem to have done much, but that's still,
Yeah. I like it for the disadvantage.
Yeah. That's the true
Right.
beauty of Vicious
so
Mock.
now they go.
Yeah.
Does this one get to me or something like that?
Yes, so let's see, this one had the crossbow. He actually starts clopping this way, taking a shot at you with the crossbow as he does so.
Okay.
And that still won't hit because that was worse than before. Ding! This guy, who's pulling out a mace, he does charge you and swing at you. Come on, guys. So he swings down.
We could have just eaten our chicken.
He swings down and it just kind of, you just reflexively like raise an arm and just bangs off the arm. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But he's going to try again. And this time he actually might do some damage. That was a 17.
17 is my armor class.
Okay, he hits.
Or did you roll with disadvantage?
The first one was.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. And that makes it 5 bludgeoning damage as he manages to put a small little bang into the side of your head.
Ding.
Then one more does actually come from the other direction.
Oh my god, no!
And he's going to charge forward and attack the half-elf bard. Swinging at you with a scimitar. He draws a scimitar and swings! And that is a 9 to hit, so they're not going off to a great start. But then he starts galloping past a little bit. Doesn't make it very far.
Alright.
All right, that brings us back to the top of the round. Farouk.
Can I get to him to get within melee range?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So I'll run up as far as I can, and I will.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
he's
you can
running,
get
he pulls out 2 scimitars from kind of behind his robes, and I'm gonna
Right.
attack him with both.
Attacks. Do you have the dual wielder
I
feat?
do.
Okay, good. Because you need the dual wielder feat to draw 2 weapons in the same round without using an action.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first one is 14.
14 will hit that guy. So he's just wearing, poor little leather armor.
And that's 1d6 plus 3. So 9.
Yeah. Reach up and slash across him, opening a big gash in his side as he rides past.
And then the second. So you can do 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, so yes.
So the second attack.
You use your bonus action for your offhand attack.
Yep. Which doesn't include the. Oh no, it does include the.
Yeah. What
It does include the
fighting
proficiency
style
bonus.
It does or does not?
Yeah. Well, it's, the attack roll is the same. The damage dice is dependent if you took the 2 weapon fighting or not.
I did.
So that means it's exactly the same. It's just a bonus action attack.
Well, hold on. I may be confused. So I took 2 weapon fighting, not dual wielding,
Not the feat.
not the feet. No.
Right. So in that case, you can actually only draw 1 weapon
Okay.
at a time.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so you 1 attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get 1 free interact per turn, and that interact can be draw a weapon, Or if you have the feat, draw 2 weapons.
Can it be move and draw a weapon?
Well, move is part of your movement, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is you get 1 free interaction per turn, which is like, I open a door,
Right.
I pull the switch, I press the big red button that says do not press.
Don't press the big red button.
Right, so you open up a gash, kind of blood splatters the ground a little bit, and it is Beglian's turn.
I will step just into the doorway.
Bang your head on the door.
The world's tallest.
So a priest walks out of the bar.
Yeah. Then,
And says how?
I see. First thing I will do is use my bonus action. I will pull out a small parchment of paper from with my robes, and I'll start reading. Oh, it's hot today, and cast Sanctuary on our metallic friend there. It's
Okay.
+2 to your AC.
So you're thinking Shield of Faith, but yes.
Oh yeah, Shield of Faith.
Yeah, that's what I was
Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
And then I can't cast 2 spells in a turn, even though.
You can cantrip.
Yeah, I will give.
So that's your bonus action.
Yeah, that's my bonus action. That's a touch. And I will cast. Just yell out shit and ashes in abyssal at the newly arrived gentleman on horse. I'm casting Word of Radiance. Make a Constitution save.
Alright.
13.
Why dice do you have to roll close enough that I actually have to look up their Constitution saving score? Well, that's a 10.
Yeah, no, so he takes 4 radiant damage.
So as you swear in abyssal, surprising maybe those around you, he just kind of, there's this just brief flame that just engulfs him, and he tumbles from his saddle and lays still on the ground.
Did it appear as though it did more than I'm accustomed to?
No, you were doing it to the one that's supposed to be, right?
Which one? Let's go.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had already just sliced up a big gash.
Then I will use the rest of my movement to tuck back in the door.
You're like, oh crap! I didn't mean to do that.
Right. As that guy is also replaced with a riderless horse. Because I have horses, so I might as well use them. Right?
And I'm concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Alright. So that brings us to Shard's turn.
I then will go, and I will steam. My steam will get a lot more intense as I will reckless attack the one that's in front of me. So I'm gonna.
Might as well bet 19.
21 to hit for 12 damage.
You just swing in, just. I'm angry now. I think this is what you call anger.
Yeah.
12 damage. So yeah, he takes that 12 damage.
As I skewer him.
As the full force of him riding forward is just met with your thrust.
Yeah.
It's he's still up. He seems like he's the leader of the bunch.
Okay. He's a captain of bandits?
He's a beefier character.
Okay, yeah. Alright, I'm done.
He may or may not be like a thuggish looking character.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Alright, so that brings us Skwisgaar.
Alright, Eldritch Blast on the leader.
Oh yeah, you have evil blast to forget about that.
Yeah.
Alright.
You multi-class
16 to hit.
swine.
16, yeah, does hit.
Alright.
So you've actually never done this before. So what was the damage?
4.
4.
So I had an idea.
Okay.
Because he's attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just mad.
Yeah.
And
You're
I'm
like,
just,
don't hurt my friend.
yeah. And then I was in the
Yeah.
process of yelling.
So in the
at
process,
yeah.
you raise your hand,
Mhm.
and more out of this strange instinct than really knowing what you're doing. You point your hand, and for a brief moment, there's just this weird, like almost spectral thing in your hand. And you're not sure, you've seen something like it before, but instinctively you just kind of pull the spectral trigger. And a beam of energy just flies out and slams into him, doing 4 damage.
Spirit gun?
Yes, spirit gun. Because damn it, we're gonna lean hard into this Western theme. If I'm doing all of these Western accents, we might as well have.
Country pumpkins.
How much damage? You deal 4 damage?
4, yeah.
The question is, if you kill someone with that, you have like mystical smoke coming off and you go,
Not yet.
not yet.
Scared the shit out of me.
All right. So is that all you're doing?
Yeah, well, I'm looking around to try to understand. I don't fully understand what happened in that moment.
Okay. So you're just kind of like freaked out, like,
Yeah,
what the hell's going on?
yeah. I'm looking to see if anybody else saw me do that.
Yeah, most people seem focused on the killing that's happening in front of them.
Okay, good.
Alright. Stop the killing. I think it's their turn now.
Yeah, it would be their turn. So, this horse just kind of keeps running away. You could attack the horse if you wanted to.
Does it take an
Can
attack
I,
opportunity?
can I attempt to grab its reins as it goes by?
Sure, yeah, you can use your reaction.
As a-
So,
yeah.
yes, you're taking the attack of opportunity, but basically doing a grapple instead.
Homebrew! It's the best.
Right.
Not great. 4 plus, I don't know what.
That would be acrobatics or athletics in this case.
Yeah.
I'll call it, yeah. Normally grapple's just athletics, but...
So that's 7.
So, no, it's too quick for you. It's too quick for you. It just kind of slips out of your grasp.
Okay.
This one seems to be, riderless, confused, and kind of just comes over here. It comes more to a standstill. This guy continues riding this way. And will, let's see, right now the bard is the most obvious thing, so he's going to try to shoot the bard. So close to a 20.
Well,
But you
that's
know what's
okay.
right next to a 20? A 2. So he as he's a little worried that things seem to be going poorly for them, he just kind of, as he's bouncing along, fires the crossbow and doesn't time it right with the, and it just goes way wild. It just goes very wild. And then the other guy will make an attack.
He has advantage because they're reckless.
Right. So he will make an attack against you. And that is... Ooh, that's a 16.
Bing! Off my armor.
Yeah, it just almost gets in there, but doesn't quite. But he's...
Warlords have such good AC, it's stupid.
As he kind of starts to ride past, he's going to take another swipe.
His AC is 19 right now.
Yeah.
Well, that will hit. That's a 22 to hit.
Alright.
So he swings at you again, and does manage to hit with his mace, dealing where's my there it is. Dealing 6 bludgeoning damage this time.
I heard 3.
And then his horse disengages, meaning you don't get an attack of opportunity. As
Mounted combat!
Mounted combat is ridiculously powerful. I don't know why more people don't do it.
It's the fact that mounts can die. It's kind of like a familiar thing, in my opinion.
All right, so that's about where they end up. Just the guy in charge just kind of shouts like, "I'll kill these fools!" So that brings us to the top of the round. Farouk.
So how close can I get to the...
Yeah, you can kind of get to either one of them.
Okay, I'll go to the that one right there, and that would allow me to pull the other one.
Yes.
And then I'll attack with
Yeah,
both.
so we'll put him here.
Oh, yeah, okay,
He's
yeah.
taking up those 4 squares.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of like putting them as diagonals so
Yes.
that they take up 4 squares.
Okay, so the first attack, I think that's gonna be 11 plus 5. Yeah, 11.
He is like wearing practically no armor.
Okay.
So yes, you do actually hit him.
Okay. That does 9.
All right.
And then the second attack is 9 and 14.
That will also hit.
And because I use the 2-weapon fighting, I include the
Yes.
damage modifier on this
Yes. You include your
one. So that one's 5. So it would be a
5.
total of 14.
5.
2 centaurs. It just kind of jumps up. And
Wow. Okay. So as you slash at him once, opening up a big gash in his side, and then you just slash at him again, and he kind of just he cries out in pain, drops his mace, and clutches at his side, but then slowly just kind of tumbles from the saddle a few feet away from you, just spins into the dirt, and lays still.
He's just sleeping. They're gonna send him off to a farm to live with other thugs. This would be great.
Seeing this,
Well-
it is very obvious that the other guy is just like, oh, screw this,
Okay.
and will begin to flee.
Okay.
So, taking a step back out the door, surveying the land and seeing my new friend here, that was totally going to win some coin from. In the midst of peril, I will quickly pull out a small hand mirror and still speaking in Abyssal, ask for Anai's blessings upon my new friend, and point the hand mirror at you and cast Sanctuary on you.
That's also a bonus action.
Yeah, and then I will.
Do you just cast all of your spells in Abyssal?
Yeah.
Best cleric.
Mainly because I know it irritates Sister Olsey, and she runs most things in my life. But I refuse to let her have this one.
But aren't demons the ones who should be receiving the blessing the most?
Yeah. What am I gonna do? I think I'm going to.
Sacred flame.
So Sanctuary, you ward a creature against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack must first make a Wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Warded creature, if the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature while
I
the spell
will
ends.
pull out my holy symbol and channel divinity and dump 5 points of healing into.
I'm above a half, so your chain of video won't work on me. So I'm not bloodied, so you would know that. I would think.
Does anyone? I don't
He
think
seems to be operating at full capacity.
Do you mean
Yeah.
oily?
Yeah, oily. Like I said, I don't really know what runs through my veins yet. I haven't figured that out yet.
WD-40.
just like
No, I
just drink WD-40. Like,
I'll duck back in the door
basically
and
imagine, like,
look to
the
Evelyn and
no.
2 more. 2 orders.
Okay. Alright. I think my turn now?
Yeah.
The dwarf and the elf aren't outside right now, right?
No, you don't see them.
Okay, I would like, assuming this is the front door, I want to basically, this guy's running away, I'm like, he's running away,
So,
he learned his lesson, so I would actually like to basically go here and
Sanctuary.
basically shout out
That's awesome.
Holland, Gunder. Holland, Gunder, are you alright? I'm here to protect you. Sorry, it's more like, I'm here to protect you, as I'm like raging some little like wiry.
So as you say this, you see from the internal a short, stocky, a dwarf.
Yep.
That kind of just like bursts out like with a hammer in hand. He's like, "What are all those bastards that would do this? I'll get them! Let me at them! Let me at them!"
Well, one of them is running that way. And I point to the one running. There is 2 that are dead, and there's one that is, I think, fine. I assume he's just on the ground going, ah, and like on the ground rolling.
Oh, you hit him on the head and just knocked him straight
Yeah,
out.
I'm like, he's still alive, I think. And I basically am like, but are you okay?
Right, I'm fine. Let me at him. And he just kind of starts pushing past you and wanting to.
Yeah, so basically, I just want to spend my entire turn, just like basically that entire exchange was my turn. Which I then think Stormy Rage drops as I'm like, friends. So I'm done.
Skwisgaar.
I don't know if this will work or if you'll let me do it, but I would like to try. Am I about 60 feet away from
No.
Yeah, you are.
How far has he made it?
You're like 20 feet away
So
from
no,
him.
he's still there.
Okay.
He's still right there.
Can I cast Unseen Servant to grab the reins of the horse?
Can you cast Unseen Servant?
It says it can fetch things. I'm the one that's at your discretion. I literally don't know.
The question is, what's the Unseen Servant's name?
I thought it could only
It's a
I know
simple task.
Maytag could only do 10 pounds, but
Yeah.
It just says simple task that a human can do.
Perform simple tasks.
So it's.
I mean, yeah.
But I think there's like a DM discretion in there as well, which is why I'm totally fine.
That's why it's the best spell.
I'm surprised. I didn't. I'm just surprised you learned that one.
Hey, we're not an optimized party for combat.
Okay.
I'm a lonely urchin. I needed a friend.
But
Okay.
it works.
You can try.
Okay.
Have you read through the entire description of the spell? It can certainly try to do what you're trying.
Do it. Don't even read it. Just say, I cast it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
Do
I'm
it.
not good at it. Actually, yeah. But
Okay, yeah, sure.
I don't roll.
So you cast it.
Okay.
With a piece of string and a bit of wood.
And then, so as an action, you cast it. As a bonus action, you command it to interact with the horse.
Shit.
Make this would be a acrobatic. So it would be an acrobatics check
From the servant.
for the unseen servant, who has a -4.
Do it.
Alright.
You got this. Come on.
Alright.
It's only
8.
Yeah, it's only an 8. Come on, horse fail.
I mean, it's a horse.
So you know that thing that's right next to the 20? Yeah, he grabs the horse and seems to be starting. So this unseen, you're not sure why, but something is obviously fighting with the rider for control of the reins. The rider's like confused, like what the hell? Go get go!
When something's pulling back on the reins, there's nothing you can do to make him go forward other than let slack out, right? So he's
Yeah. But he is going to attempt to wrest control of the reins
Sure.
from your unseen servant.
So I think your unseen servant.
Is it his turn?
It is his turn. Yeah, you should roll another.
Wait. Which one? This is the one remaining, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another 8.
Did you also roll 2?
No, this time I rolled the other thing.
You rolled it after funny?
No, I rolled a 1. This should not work. But hey, sometimes things that don't work. So he spends his entire action fighting with this strange, invisible force that is holding his reins, and he can't get free.
You know what you need to call unseen servant? The old ball and chain.
Bringing us to Farouk's turn.
That's awesome.
As he is unable to get his horse free of the
How
unseen
far away is he
servant.
from you?
How far away is he from you?
You mean you didn't get very far?
He didn't get to move from that spot
Then
because of the
he'll
unseen
just,
servant.
so the one's falling, he'll just spin around and
This
do
guy's
the
down.
2 attacks.
Yeah.
Uh,
This horse flees, and there's another horse over there.
And that one was just standing.
And this then kind of plops over here. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't like this metal person next to me.
First attack is 9 plus 5, 14.
14 will hit, so you just kind of step up and
Yep.
slash at it.
Yep. So that's 6.
6 damage.
Okay. Second attack is 19
That'll also hit.
for 5. So 11 total.
Well, that's the second time you've rolled exactly what you needed to take down the enemy.
Well, why spend more?
Right. Why indeed? So, you swirl and just cut into this guy, who then also, yet another rider you are toppling from his horse. It's very impressive.
I'm going to attempt to grab the horse before it leaves.
All right, sure. Make an animal handling check.
15 plus or minus is the case, maybe.
It's wisdom based. Or I think it's one of the top scales they're using. Darren Beyond.
So yeah, it's
So 16.
all right. So yes, actually, you do. You are able to, if your unseen servant will actually allow
That's
it.
true. I guess.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying
So
to
it
figure
could
out
be
again.
the other horse. It doesn't matter.
I'd say servant's name is Rose, by the
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he is trying to
I'm just
take
grabbing
control
the reins.
of the reins.
You have the reins?
Yeah. Does unseen servant tell you tell the unseen servant to allow that?
Rose, thank you.
All
I
right.
just say that and nobody probably understands why.
Right. It let's go and so yes, you do now have this horse. Yeah.
Where
control
is
of the horse.
it was the elf that was the stable master, or the
The dwarf was the
The
stable
dwarf, yeah.
master,
So
and
where's
now
the dwarf?
the dwarf comes charging out of the stables, which is more towards my end of the map.
Okay.
And he's just like, right, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Oh, they're dead.
Well, that one's alive, I think.
Mm.
Does he go over and kill him?
Kind of looks over like, all right, what we got here, you bloody dog? What were you doing here?
No.
What was your business? You bloody unconscious. All right. So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm walking the horse over to the stables.
Oh, nice what we got here. Nice chestnut brown. That's
Isn't there still one on you?
No, that one's dead.
yeah, I just didn't remove it, but he's,
You did.
I'd love to loot the bottom.
Right. Yeah. So you kind of like start to look around, gather through. Make me an investigation check.
I'm going to go back and finish sitting at the table.
That was not good.
He rolled a natural one.
Yeah. Stick with that.
Let's do what was it?
Remember, one of them is just unconscious.
You always leave one unconscious.
So you look around, and they seem to have a few copper on them, maybe about 5 copper between them all. It's not great.
I want to ask. I always forget his name. I want to ask Iron Tooth. Is it the dwarf's name?
Is that his name? That sounds
It
right.
was Gundar something.
Gundar.
Iron something.
See, I'm bad with names, so I write all these things down.
Yeah, I want to say it's Iron Tooth. But yeah, I want to ask Gundar. Are these people from the town? Are these people who live out of the town?
I don't recognize these a lot. Suppose they might be from out of town.
Why were they so?
Oh, you know what this is? Oh, look at that. Look at that. So he pulls up on the one that's still alive. He rips open the forearm, and on the arm there is actually a crescent shaped tattoo on the forearm. He's like, you see this? You see this? That's what I thought. He's part of Shunt's gang. That bloody half-orc.
Is it Shunt's gang?
Yeah, right.
Gang. And he said, there's a gang? Are they bad?
Yes, they're bad. Look what you're trying to do here.
Did you, how I say, not give them the money? I'm sorry, I'm from the big city. Usually people get harassed by unsettling people that they usually owe them something, either monetarily or...
I don't have no idea what they were doing here. By this time, the elf actually kind of rushes out as well. Halad runs out like, "Are you okay? are you okay? He's got a bow. It's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't find my arrows. So even though there's the blacksmith,
Oh, here's one.
and the they are still very obviously using traditional weapons that you'd expect them to use, even if they have reversed.
They're trying to break racial stereotypes, but they keep enforcing them slightly.
Yeah, it's he's also got a sword
That's
because he makes swords.
Like I motioned to the mace torch guy on the ground. Like, hey, why did you want to burn down your stables? It was right to the door.
I've got no idea why. I've got no other than the fact that they're bloody idiots. I got no quarrel with them.
Do we need to report this to the sheriff?
Yeah, probably. Definitely. So actually, you look back.
This is the stable master dwarf guy?
Yes, the stable master dwarf. You look back towards the rest of the town, towards where the sheriff's office is, and you actually notice there's a bit of smoke trailing up in the distance.
Is it supposed to be doing that?
That would be a no.
Should we do something? Say, Father, the sheriff is on fire.
It's just somewhere from the other part of the town.
So, is it on the nicer part?
It's towards the train tracks, towards the newer part of
The
town.
town is on fire.
Did I get
Should we go to this fire?
Did I get my ale at least from Evelyn?
Yes.
Okay. Drink those and hearing.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
So while that's happening, as I'm passing the dwarf, I'm handing the reins to the horse. I said, put
13.
my horse up in your stable, please.
Right, certainly we'll watch over it for you.
13.
All right, you're buzzed.
And I just
You got a buzz going. But you're not drunk yet. You're a practiced drinker.
Are there still like horses about?
Well, there was one
I didn't
other
know
horse.
they ran off.
So there was one other horse that didn't run off. When his rider kind of got knocked off, he just kind of slowed and then started milling about.
I mean, I almost, instead of letting him stable, it might make sense that if we're gonna go to ride.
Potentially, but I just want it tucked away and safe and sound before the sheriff starts accounting. And it's the least that the stable master can do for us, saving his building.
Yeah.
I grabbed the other horse.
Miss Austinere. Tell Sister Austin I'm helping. This better count as double cleric duty for this week. She already made me clean the. Well, never mind. Yeah. I'll go with the party towards the smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that other free horse to the stable. And, ask him to what.
Free horse! All right,
Great.
so you start heading down the street.
Yeah.
As you go down the street, there seem to be several people out in the park and remarking, like, "What's going on down there? I don't know. Something. Someone apparently attacked the station. What?
Farouk leans over as we're walking and under his breath says, "We're not doing this for free."
That is none. But I also say, hey, Rose, come on. Because it lasts for an hour.
I've seen someone get on the horse with you.
Well, I didn't ride the horse. The horse is in the stable, but Rose is walking with us.
Yeah, I
You know,
believe
it's good
Rose is significantly slower than.
She'll get you when she gets here.
It moves up to 15 feet, so it's a good deal slower.
Shield of Faith lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, I will keep that all up then. Will it take less than 10 minutes to get to the
It takes a couple minutes.
And
Yeah.
I already attacked.
You get to the other side of the town, back towards the train station, and as you approach, you hear the first thing you see. Well, there's the smell of burnt wood, and you approach, and you can actually see several in the street, right next to the tracks. Next to the train is still standing there, kind of calm. But between the nearest row of buildings and the tracks, you actually see 3 bodies in the road, and smoke that seems to be trailing up from a few. It's not like burned down. It was definitely set on fire, but it seems to have been contained and mostly put out. And the new station building is certainly damaged, but it's not destroyed. But as you look around, you can see the two bodies of two male, the people who were with the sheriff, his deputies, as well as the shorter body of the sheriff. But as you look, he actually is still moving. He's kind of crawling away. It's like, oh, damn it, what happened here? Oh.
And is there anybody around that looks like the guys who were on the horseman?
No.
So the sheriff looks wounded.
The sheriff is definitely wounded.
I will quickly run up to him. Hellfire, but you. And I, still in abyssal, will healing word. Plus my spellcasting modifier, which is.
I'm curious if every single spell you picked is a bonus action.
So you healed the sheriff,
Yeah.
but not the deputy.
The deputies are dead, I think.
I healed the sheriff,
Seven.
but he didn't heal the deputy.
Well, I cannot rate their
I
dead.
healed the sheriff.
7 points of healing from
I'll be
healing
here
word.
all week.
As I lift him up, what happened here?
Oh, dangers it. I don't know what happened. They rode into town and
Slow down.
attacked the...
Pull my flask out
And he's...
drink.
Oh, thank you.
They're good.
That has definitely been a string to the lost.
Calm down. Speak clearly.
I don't know. We got word that there was something happening down by Old Town. And we started to head that way, and well, then out of nowhere, a whole slew of people just showed up and went straight for the straight for the station and set the thing on fire and started grabbing folks, causing all kind of sort of hell. I don't know what their cause was. What my deputies, are they okay?
They're with the goddess Unaya now, and I will begin absolution for them. Just kind of want to investigate, want to look them over to see if they died by arcane means or.
Yeah. So as this is happening, one person actually does ride up on a horse, but you recognize her as one of the other deputies, and she rides up and hops down and is like, "I'm sorry, Sheriff. They seem to have gotten away."
Do these deputies? If I were to expend the healer's kit to stabilize one, since I have the healer's feet. Can I save one, or can I?
So make a medicine check.
Yeah. Well, yes. While he's doing that, I looked at that video came up. And said, actually, not all of them. One of them, a group of them, was attacking the lazy current, and I subdued one of them. He is still conscious, I think, unless Iron Tooth decided to enact his revenge. But I don't know.
So
19 on my medicine check.
The two other deputies are dead.
Dead.
Yes. So you remember he had 4 deputies with him before. 2 of those are dead.
I will perform absolution and pull whatever coin they have in their pockets.
All right.
You gotta buy a drink to pour out in the memory.
Of course. They would want
Good.
to donate.
Sleight of
this
hand check. I assume you're not doing this totally open.
Yeah, no.
Or and in a similar fashion, do healers have badges?
17.
So the sheriff does. The sheriff does have a nice silvery badge.
Yeah.
The deputies seem to have kind of a more of a coppery badge.
Okay.
There's kind of fewer stars. Yes, they do have badges.
So as he's doing his rites on one of them, I'm gonna go to the other one and just pantomime what he's doing, and try to steal the badge.
Okay, you're just robbing the dead character's plot. All right. So you are able to pull between the two of them. You're able to pull about 6 gold, 3 silver, and 5 copper.
These deputies get paid well.
I'm going to ask you for that again, but I will speak the last rites in Celestial. It's only right.
Yeah. Yes. There is a line
There is a line.
that you cross frequently.
I'm
sometimes
a friar of the people.
Yeah.
And these people are buying me a drink, so.
Yeah.
6 gold, how much?
5 silver and 8 copper, I think is what I said.
Yeah.
While I'm watching,
So yes, you.
did I notice any of this?
22.
Yeah, you do snag off the badges.
Did I notice any of the leisure domain that was going on here while they were?
What's your let's see, your passive perception?
Yeah.
Generally, yeah. If you're not looking for it, it's just like passive perception.
Oh, this actually works well.
Yeah. My passive perception is 8. Everything gets past me. Everything goes over my head.
So did I still want
Or
to?
between your legs.
Perception?
I will be using that 7th level ability for barbarians so much.
It's
They
It should be your
can
passive perception
ignore being surprised if they
plus
range the first
3
time on the turn.
+3.
Plus 3. If you're proficient in
Just-
Okay.
But
perception,
I'm going to be
then
surprised.
you also get to add your proficiency modifier, so it'd be plus 10 plus 5.
No, we can't do that much.
So your
if you're
passive
plus
is 10
30
plus whatever your bonus is.
So what's your wisdom modifier?
Um,
If you're looking at D&D Beyond, it's underneath saving
no, I'm
throws.
not. So my wisdom is 12, so it's +1,
Yeah.
right? But
Plus
I'm
2 for
proficient
your
in-
proficiency, so
Plus-
it's total
plus
plus 3.
total is
Right.
plus
So
3.
your passive is 13, so you do the You do not
I
notice.
don't. Okay.
So did I get 1 or 2 badges? Okay.
Unless were you stealing badges or just the coin?
Just the coin.
Yeah.
In fact, I probably, because it seems like we were doing this similar times, I probably would have handed you the badge as I'm saving the coin.
I just know if it were dead, didn't know if that would occur to you to steal it, but it could be handy.
A man of the church.
I make no judgments. If that's what you were reaching for.
I was
He's with
trying-
Anaya now.
I was trying to pay respect.
So-
We'll call for
This deputy, seems tries to get the sheriff back on his feet, but the sheriff is still very obviously wounded.
I will ask the deputy to fetch Sister Alcine in a carriage to take the bodies to.
Sir, we'll do that as soon as we need to get the sheriff over to some help. So we're going to take him over to, where is that? The Rose and its Thorn. Let's see. We're going to take him over to Lashana. Lashana Milliane is the proprietor of the Rose and its Thorns, which is she's the herbalist and apothecary, and in a pinch, the healer.
Right.
And she is not happy with the other establishment that popped up also with Rose in its name.
Oh. I could see that. I was about to say, was that an accident or you purposely did that? I'm like, oh, you purposely did that. I like it. But yeah,
Is she a fair woman that runs? Is Lashana?
She is well respected in the town. And also is known to.
Has she been in the town long?
Yes.
So she's probably like.
She was over in the older part of town. So they start coming up like, well, I gotta hold on. We gotta figure out what they were after. Quick.
well, one of them's alive. If we want to go ask him,
All the more urgent. You can.
If you think he's still there.
I guess. Usually, last time I knocked someone unconscious, they were unconscious for a while.
And did you not leave him in the care of Lunar?
I gave it. I don't know if he would. I don't know what he seemed angry, but he just kind of laying in the middle of the street next to his friends. I guess his ex-friends.
All the more reason to go back.
They took the goddamn medicine. You hear from the other side.
What?
As the shorter of the deputies comes out from the other side of the train. They took the goddamn medicine.
All
All of it? Yep. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. You gotta We got to do something about that. We got to go after him. We got to go after him. You're in no shape to do that.
I see. Not to interject. Do you guys know who these people are? Because the people who attacked the stable were from this. Have a crescent tattoo, and some guy named Shant or Shunt.
Grumar Shunt and his gang. The bastards. Yeah, they just have to do this sort of thing.
Well, I'm never much of a fighter.
I'm
not much of a fighter.
Would the Shunt gang frequent the Wild Rose and the Spike in the Line?
Yeah.
Would I know that?
Perhaps every now and then. However, the Shunt gang has been truly outlawed from town, so any known members would not. Any known members would basically be arrested the instant they step foot in town. Grumar Shunt is a half-orc outlaw who, has been causing trouble.
It seems you and your men have some solid lead, sheriffs, and it seems like you gentlemen are quite capable. It's probably out of my hands. I should really go and check in with Sister Olsine and attend to my parishioners, the flock, and whatnot.
Did I see him steal the gold?
Well, considering he just took off the badge and handed it to you.
Oh, is that okay? Friar, I don't like your type, but we might.
Drunkards, I've heard that many times.
That's not what I'm. That's also what I mean. But we might be able to use your help, and outlaws like the drink.
Also, if I remember correctly from some stories, that people, the hero who saves the town, everyone buys him around.
I'll fill my can I fill my flask?
Sure.
What I stored.
I open up my compartment and pour out probably very, very warm beer.
It is hot beer.
The hot beer and pour it in the glass.
Mixed with coolant?
That
probably.
Does it give it a nice twang? Is it a little?
It definitely has an odd flavor.
I know.
Okay,
it's hot liquor.
The last time I went off, Sister Olsen, she boxed my ears, and I never heard the end of it. I probably should check in with her. She'll say that my place is here. I'm supposed to be finishing off. You said there was construction of a temple.
Yes. So
here in town, I'm supposed to be overseeing that and contractors, and you understand. Surely, it's a lot of work.
I guess kind of look at the sheriff's like, do you need help finding these bandits, or
are you offering to help? Because I'll take whatever help I can get.
Not for free.
Yes, what he said, right?
Come on, let's make it. Sheriff's office is on the way. He turns to his deputy. Come on, lads. Let's stop. We can make a quick stop by the sheriff's office. Together with the wounded halfling, who's pretty easy to carry, a wounded halfling.
I will.
The
healing spells. I think I'm out of spell slots for the day. Actually,
the female, he's in no danger at the time. So the female deputy kind of leads you all to the sheriff's office, which is right on the border between kind of the older part of the town and newer part of the town. It's wooden construction, but it's not the same style of wooden construction as much of the newer stuff. So it's like, come on inside. Come on inside here.
As we're walking through, he takes out this little stubby little pipe and starts packing it with some tobacco and starts to enjoy that as we're
Yeah, you say you're not doing it for free.
No, I didn't say that. I said we're not doing it for free, and we didn't do it for free.
Well,
surely there's bounties for these.
he turns over to the side of the to the wall next to the door and kind of points where in fact you turn and there is in fact a bounty board. There seem to be 2 entries currently on the bounty board. The first, a little bit larger, he reads, wanted, Grumar Shunt, half-orc male, wanted for murder, assault, robbery, counterfeiting, and hijacking. Distinctive crescent scar over his left temple. 100, crossed out, 200 solars, dead or alive. I should have mentioned earlier that solar is the actual name of the gold currency they use.
I absolutely did do it for free, mainly because I'm obligated to.
The silver is called the loon.
But I would turn down payment for services, right?
Then it says, must have head intact as proof. So, 200 solars, dead or alive, must have head intact as proof. 10 solars per gang member. Last seen heading north.
You said there's 2 names? Or is the second one's 2 gold per gang member?
No, the second one is wanted, Ember Everett, human female, wanted for arson, assault, destruction of property, and general lawlessness.
Emeret?
Everett.
Ember...
Everet.
Dead or alive?
It says, believed to have magic powers. 100 solars dead, 150 solars alive, so she may stand trial. Do not bring into town without her being gagged, bound, and hands and fingers immobilized. Last seen heading south into the forest.
The easiest way to handle the bound, gagged, and fingers is to just forfeit that extra 50 gold.
Brutal.
Now, surely there's not.
Recruiting
Recruiters
her.
would be so or so in
There isn't, and stop calling me Shirley.
It's not looking at time, looking up in here, but I'm like, but Sheriff, do you know someone who knows the way of the land? Someone who could track these people?
Yes, I do. And that's for next time.
Introduce the ranger.
Exactly. That's how you introduce a ranger.
Alright.
50 gold each? No.
So there were, you took care of, what was it, 4 of them?
Yeah, do we want to do a party funds, or do we want to just split everything evenly?
Split them evenly.
Okay.
Although we're only splitting it 3 ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
split it 3 ways.
Okay.
I will
I'm taking the gold, right?
get my
I can hold
gold
it for you.
personally.
Yeah.
However I can.
Actually,
Or I will
we
lean
can
on
split
you
it
guys
too.
expectantly whenever I need. Truthfully.
Yeah.
I do receive a salary. From
You
the
don't want
church,
to put all the
right?
metal inside.
Yes,
it might
yes.
melt and
Sure.
get hot. And
then
we'll discuss
carry
that.
it
I'll
for-
split it.
So in
25
my
gold
equipment,
each.
I do have an alms box, so I will.
Wait, 25?
No, there were 40 gold.
Yeah.
40 gold total
For
for the 10 gang members.
He's telling me
So
that
20.
it'd be better if he held my gold, so he's gonna have my share of the gold as well. So 20 for both of them.
Okay.
But then 100 and 100, right? For the,
Or I have an
orc.
alms box.
Did we kill that orc?
No, that's not Grumar Shunt.
Oh, gotcha.
Grumar Shunt was not part of the measly distraction.
Oh,
He was part of the main heist.
gotcha. All right.
So I'm happy well, let's see if I don't make a contribution to your alms
just
box
trying to
tonight.
steal
this
from
week.
you.
No, it's I said I don't have
actually
pockets.
teach
Sorry,
you
my
nice
pocket
games.
is my like
So
what
it's
my
similar to
compartments
ours.
that I
It's 3
assume
dice.
has like
Yeah.
my like
And
but
so
some of my
obviously
materials and stuff like
your
that.
kind
Like I
is
feel like
high.
I don't have
Hair is
pockets. I have
pretty
like
good.
latches.
Then
so
it
that
goes
it's like
to higher
right,
high
was
number.
that, like I have a whetstone that's on like right here
One,
that's built
two,
in,
three,
so that's how I
high
sharpen my
number.
knives is going.
One moment, real quick. I'll just say, alright, thank
Roll
you
once.
for those few
Then
people
you
who are
choose
watching.
if you want
Yes.
to
Oh,
keep it.
yes.
What you put in is what you put in.
We'll,
If you
do
want
this
to,
next week.
say, re-roll it.
And also throw this on YouTube for, people to watch on the YouTubes.
On the YouTube.
Alright, see you next time.
Bye.
And that's where I
You would add-
click
And
this
think-
button.